everybody. I'm not sure if I'm on Wi-Fi or cellular, so just taking a deep breath here. It's been a very intense week from July 4th to July 8th, and I feel like I'm just poking my head up into a new life, really, into a new day, a new way of being. From the big soul retrieval, there's coming a lot of a very different feeling in my body, right? I don't know if you guys are really feeling these upgrades in embodiment as we go through soul retrievals. But I want to start this little talk out with a song, even just a snippet from a song. I wrote this song called Little Tiny Seed, and it's all about opening to receive. And the first, or one part, when the sun comes to the seed, which I'm getting in the shade because it's hot, the sun says to the seed, it says, receive, 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 nourishment for your life. Right, so the sun, it comes unto the seed and it begins to shine. And as it shines, it says to the seed, receive, 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 receive nourishment for your life. And I'm finding that this receptivity, right, it's so connected to our self-forgiveness, our self-love. It's like we are in the garden of Divine Mother. Divine Mother loves us. She desires nothing more than to give to us in all the forms, whether it's through financial abundance, whether it's through relationship abundance, whether it's through sexual abundance, whether it's through energetic abundance. Divine Mother longs to fill our cup, right? So if we know that Divine Mother longs to fill us up, but in our lives we feel like there are a lot of areas, at least for me, right, where the cup is not full, where I feel a lot of a lack in the cup's fullness, right? And it's like, okay, so that's not the fault of Divine Mother. She's attempting to love me with every ounce of her being. It's just my cup is sort of broken. It's got like leaks in it, right? She pours stuff through it and it leaks right through the cracks, right? Or you know, something's up with the cup. So what's the cup, right? The cup is really, I guess, you know, our ability to receive. And so I decided to start just really recording my gratitude for all the little things in life and not so little things, you know. And so I'm going to start a blog called Manifesting in the Rhythm of Divine Embodiment. Because so much in our culture, it's all about strategizing and getting the right technology and the right click funnel and the right marketing and all this stuff. And the focus is not on the quality of what we're putting out. It's more on the strategy to make the money, right? That's the focus everywhere, is on the strategy. Do this, do that, do this. It's very masculine. It's like masculine before feminine. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Follow this, jump through these hoops, and bam, it really doesn't matter what your product is. Just put it out there. Just follow these hoops. You know, pay me $9,000 to tell you how to follow these hoops, and you'll make money, right? And it's like, wait a second. The truth is, we're in a time where new creation laws are in effect. We're in the Divine Mother's earth now. And this sort of putting the masculine before the feminine, right? Putting the strategy before the embodiment just doesn't work. It just doesn't. It's not going to work. Maybe it worked before, but we are in a different world now. And now we're in a world where abundance must be in the body. It must be in the embodiment. The soul must be here in the body, feeling happiness, fulfillment, you know, feeling richly connected to all the good, to all the bounty and all the good, right? And that's what happens. When we embody, earth becomes heaven. We start clearing out all the toxic beliefs, all the fear-based systems. We start making the body home, making it our heaven. And so it's this embodiment that brings the manifestation. And so you may have for me, I have at least 10 things that I want to manifest right now, ideas. And they're in my manifestation basket, right, of ideas. Maybe more than that, maybe 12 active things that I'm actively thinking about putting into the world. And I move towards putting them, and it stops. And I'm just well, that's because my embodiment has to get to the frequency where it makes sense to put that into the world. So there's this rhythm of manifestation. And the more complex our manifestation is, the more embodiment we have to bring that manifestation about. And it's really a partnership with the divine, with life itself. It's not something that we as a human can say, I will now manifest this, and bam, it manifests. It is this partnership, this listening. It's is it time to put that ship out on the water? And lots of times you'll get a no. It's not time. You must do more deep embodiment work before you can put that ship out on the water, right? Hi, hey girl. Nice to see you here, Deanna. Goodness, we gotta get together. Are you in Portland? I know you've been traveling all over the place. Yeah, so I sing a song of Spanish, my Sarah Sparkle music, my song circles, my relationship course, my relationship counseling with Frank, my, all these ideas, just return to divine blueprint course, to help people return into abundance. And it's my mind could write out the whole course, but until I'm embodying at the appropriate level for that manifestation to occur in the world, it's not going to occur. These are the new creation dynamics in the Garden of Divine Mother. The fruit when it's ripened and ready to drop from the tree, right? Or we were picking raspberries right here in our home garden yesterday with the kids I was babysitting. And you can feel when the raspberries are ready to come. You reach up and you pull gently on the raspberry and it comes. It's ready to give itself to you. That's how it is with manifestation, right? All of our desires have a lockstep correspondence with our embodiment. I'm going to say that again. All of our tangible desires have a corresponding level of embodiment that must be achieved in order for that to happen. And if you understand that, you realize that you're not failing. It's no matter how many courses you take on marketing or ClickFunnels or get your email list or all the things that people talk about, manifesting our own business, all of those things, no matter how many you do, the new creation laws will not let anything succeed unless you are embodying self-love, unless you are actually, what do they say, walking your talk, right? Unless you are living from a place where you're happy to get up in the morning and you're holding on to positive thought forms. You're not leaking into the satanic matrix, which just takes your life force away from you, right? All the parts of you that are in collusion with that life force, draining, have to start coming over to the life matrix and saying, okay, we want to be in this body, we want to be connected to love, we want to be connected to the truth of who we are, and we're actually actively bringing in light. We're breathing in light instead of clinging to drama or pain, right? And there's no punishment here. Everything has its cycle. It was only on July 3rd that I started unlocking the core trauma that's been keeping me in victimization all my life and keeping me out of abundance. And those traumas that unlock the door can be really deep. And until you really get to those, in a way, that trauma is cursing your life. And until you can get to where that lock is, you just have to keep going forward and doing what you can do and not beating yourself up. Keep going down deeper into the healing, deeper into the barriers, right? And then, boy, those unlocking traumas, when you start getting to them, and it changes your whole way of being. For me, I was, I'm not going to talk about this much, but I was enslaved as a sex slave for a high-ranking Nazi officer in the Holocaust, right? And that lifetime created such anguish and horror. And that the part of me in that lifetime was living in limbo in my energy field, so filled with guilt and self-loathing that it couldn't go home to God. So my whole life was seen through this lens of, I can't receive light and I can't go home and I'm trapped in limbo, right? And so until I could get to that lifetime, until that was up, like it's a card deck. All the traumas are like a card deck. You have to keep peeling them, and you get down, you get down to those deal breaker, life changer, karmic imprints, and then things start to move. And until then, you just like you're treading water. There's a certain curse afoot on your whole reality. And, but I feel like I'm breaking free from the pain body. That was the big lifetime that held me in bondage to the pain body. And you have to break free from the pain body to manifest abundance. They don't come together. You can manifest an abundance of suffering if you're in the pain body, but you can't manifest the good stuff because you're in the wrong matrix. So it's like quite a journey. It took 38 years, I was counting, 38 years, 10 months, and 13 days to have the soul retrieval into my body that has me aligned with life. And I began the dark night in 1983 on October 26th. And it took that long to get to the deal breaker trauma that was holding the whole jail in place. So receptivity is just gratitude for the miracle of every moment, for all the love, the bountiful love that's around us, just in nature. The other day I was just laying on my back and I was babysitting one of my favorite little boys. And he can be really challenging at times. But at that moment, he was just laying by my side on the grass. And the most delicate raindrops, like the tiniest, most delicate raindrops, started coming down from the clouds way up high. And they were dropping on our cheek. First it came on my left cheek. And then he would look at me and he goes, did you feel that? And I was like, yeah, I felt that. And so we started touching the part of our bodies. We waited, and then it was like, oh, I felt that. And then he'd point to the part of his body that got touched by that tiniest raindrop. And together we were just sharing, this tangible expression of tenderness and love. And then he went and he asked, do you want me to play you a song on the wind chime? Because we have a heavy wind chime, and it only plays the song when there's a lot of wind. And I said, I would love it if the spirit of the wind would play us a song on the wind chime. And there he was. He ran. He was in joy. Like, I'm going to bring something that Sarah wants and that's beautiful. And he just ran up to the wind chime and he made a beautiful sound. And I said, thank you, spirit of the wind, and it was just so smiling. And these moments where we employ life to magnify our joy. I mean, that's when we're doing Divine Mother's work, Divine Father's work. That's when we're really living in the divine blueprint of the new earth, right? Of paradisical earth. Paradise is when the separate parts of creation work together to magnify joy for the all. And as I say this, I can feel the breeze. This is Divine Mother saying that is so true. We've got to say that again. Paradise is when we allow the separate elements in creation to bless the all that is. And that lifts up the whole, right? Like right now, the leaves, Divine Mother's wind is just coursing through. Oh my God. Oh my God. See, when I'm in alignment, the wind of Divine Mother will course right through. Oh, here it goes. It's increasing. So she feels me appreciating her, and then she gives me more wind, and there's the chimes. There's the chimes. So this appreciation grows and magnifies in creation. If there were a calling card for oneness, it would be appreciation and gratitude. So it's like, as I give gratitude for the wind, she blows, she gives me more. She gives me more of that. We know with the pain body, right? It's like if you pay attention to the suffering, the negative entities will give you more. They will totally, I know how to do that positive feedback loop, man. I'm a master at that. But so just learning, right? Just barely getting the footsteps in for how to really activate that positive feedback circuitry of love loving itself through appreciation, right? I remember in my song, Water Trickling Down, there's just some words where it says, there is one essence that flows through all creation, and as we send our love into life, there is great celebration. Lover and beloved join as one, and the world is light in the flowers and the trees, in the mountains and the seas is great delight. I sang that all over the place. The notes were not right, but oh well. So you can see this one essence that flows. And in the natural world, you can feel it more readily than any other place. Because nature responds. Nature responds immediately to the energy of love and gratitude and oneness. And it will play with you. I remember the other day, I had my scarf. And I was just like, boy, if the wind came right now, my scarves would just be able to dance in this rainbow light, and my muscles wouldn't get so tired from having to spin the scarves. And I was like, wind, can you help me bring these scarves to dance with ease and grace? And then the wind just comes up. So it's this playing, it's this interactive play with the elements of creation in a way that blesses everything and everyone. That's the circuitry of the rising light, right? That's what trains it entrains our hearts, our minds, our souls, our bodies to become more receptive. The DNA is moving from this light repellent state to this light receptive state. So this appreciation, this gratitude, this oneness, right? We have to know we're one. First, we have to know we're one with everything. And so when we're in joy and we're appreciating that thing comes unto us and blesses us. And it blesses us more and more as we feel the gratitude for receiving it. So I'm attempting to do this with money. Because money's been a place that's been really kind of jammed up in my circuitry. Negative attitudes toward money and, past lives that were horrendous around money. But attempting to bring money back to innocence and let money be a part of creation that blesses me as I appreciate it. And so today I got 3 new tires on my car, and I had to use a debit card, a credit card, and cash to cover those tires. But I had all the money there, and I was just feeling, and after I spend that money, I have no money. Well, actually, I do have my mom's check. So, but it's just right on the edge all the time with money. And so it's like, okay, how can I be willing to grow my receptivity to money so that I'm not on the edge with it, that I have more than enough? Imagine, it's been such a struggle, just imagining that I have more than enough money and that I manifested that money into my life with my love of money, with my appreciation for money. I brought more money, right? We see, I can do it with the wind. I can get into that total place of appreciation of the wind, and it brings me more of itself. So we know that that circuit works. It's just whatever our beliefs are can block that superconductive, naturally occurring loving itself. So if we think about the universe, if we think about the norm in the universe, it's love loving itself. Like that's the natural circuitry of the Christic vibration, which our planet is a Christic planet. Yes, it was taken over and invaded by a whole bunch of imposter stuff that has led to what we see as our world today. But its natural order is love loving itself, right? Is co-creating in joy. Like, Mary Lou and Deanna, just like us, like being together and just co-creating in joy, feeding each other berries and singing songs, and nature all around us celebrating, and nature transmitting more beautiful songs, and the trees giving us more beautiful fruits. As we finish like one piece of fruit, the tree saying, look, this is ripe for you now. Right? And then our joy at that fruit, and then another tree saying, this is ripe for you now. This is actually the way it's supposed to work. This is the natural circuitry of the Christos Sophia, the sacred marriage of the masculine and feminine energy of giving and receiving. And so yeah, it's just really sweet. It's sweet to be with you too right now. Let's just take a moment and kind of be in our hearts. Do you guys want to share like some abundances in your life, or like what's happening in your life? Comment. This week was the most traumatic week of my life. This soul retrieval, it's like I was pulling myself out of the satanic matrix. It was intense, I'm telling you. There's a battle there when you're pulling yourself out of a matrix that has pretty much held you for thousands of years. There can be a huge battle, and that's what I went through this week. And I'm just getting my bearings in the new world, having excavated myself from hell, and heaven feels pretty sweet, gotta say. I'm blissing in my heart. Cool! Where are you, darling? Are you in Portland? Come and visit me. Let's bliss together. That's another thing. Whenever two or more are gathered, right? We magnify whatever that current is. Yeah. We magnify it so much, right? When two or more are gathered. Oh, you're in Portland. Come and visit me. Let's message each other. Where are you, Mary Lou? Which Mary Lou are you? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm doing a song circle. Officially, I'm doing a song circle July 25th at Laurelhurst Park at 7 o'clock. But before that, just come visit me. Come play with me. It's so beautiful in my backyard. It's got an abundance of ivy, but there's raspberries blooming. We can feed each other. Oh, come today. Absolutely. I have to get my tires. Okay, so here's my real life. I have to go get my tires on my car put on, and that's at 2 o'clock. I should be back by 3:30. Do you want to come and see me at like 3:30? That would be so cool. All right, I'll message you. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Yay. Instant manifestation of DN. I haven't seen you in, God, a very long time. We can do some sound healing. We can take the crystal bowls in the backyard and, oh, yes, yes, yes. How fun. Ooh, your horse drum. Yes. Bring it. Woohoo. Wonderful. So, the other thing about, manifesting and wanting to manifest so many things and wanting to become financially sovereign, independent through financial abundance, And seeing that it's really baby steps right now. It's really being in the now and having this relationship with source consciousness in the now. Because there's no place else we can really have a relationship with source consciousness but in the now. And so my brain's like, wait, but I want this and that, and I got to strategize, and I got to write more plans. And it's like, no, you can put it on the shelf and say, eventually I really would like this. But right now I'm going to be here. Just be here today and let today unfold and be in that frequency of abundance today and see where this day, each moment that we're in abundance, is like a chain that leads to another moment in abundance. And all those abundant moments building on each other start to create the momentum of the ascended path. And then all the dreams just start, boom, materializing all over, because it's all about vibration, embodiment, and then manifestation, right? Like law of attraction, this is like, right? The basics. What you are, you will see in your life. What the frequency that you are radiating and emanating in every now moment is the path that you are unfolding for yourself. So the cognitive is like, wait, you need to tell me what it wants to know, and it wants to strategize and plan, and the feminine is just like, whoa, you've just got to trust. You've got to trust that if you open and surrender the need to control anything in the future and open to the bounty in the potential of this now, that is the building of the future. And that is the support for all manifestation. The frequency of gratitude. The ability to receive. So that as Divine Mother wants to bring to us, there's nothing obstructing us. We're just like, the Divine Mother says, I'm sending this, and we say, wonderful, bring it on, and it comes right into us. There's nothing dissolving it. So or obstructing that beautiful receptivity. So our job is really to clear whatever blocks we have to being in the body in receptivity to the abundance that's already there in the trees and the leaves and the flowers, eventually in money. But right now it's there in so many ways. And so, yeah. All right, my dear. So can you come at like 3:30? I should be back from the tire place. How fun! Yay! Okay, Wind. Let's have an applause for Sarah and Deanna. And Mary Lou being here too. All right, I'm going to say goodbye now. Many blessings, everyone. Just watching this unfold, the miracle of life, right? See you then, sweetie. Okay, and I'll message you my address in case you still need it. Okay.